Good morning, fourth graders. It's time for our math lesson. Today is Wednesday, June 3rd, and today we're going to continue learning about area and perimeter in a Nearpod lesson. You're going to need to access that by going into Schoology. So you're going to go to lms.lausd.net, sign in with your username, your school email, and your password. And you can either access the assignment through the math folder or over on the right-hand side under the date June 3rd, the math perimeter and area of rectangles June 3rd. Okay, you'll find that by going to courses and choosing your course. Remember, you should do that first. So I'm going to click on the assignment. And inside the assignment, you're going to see a Nearpod link, Nearpod June 3rd. I'm going to click that link. And it's going to take me into a Nearpod lesson. I'm going to go through the slides with you. Remember that you need to put your first and last name inside of the slide because all of the fourth grade students will be participating in the same session. So in order to get credit, you need to put your first and last name. And you are going to see that it's called Perimeter of Area and Rectangles. About this activity, today you will complete a few activities that will help you practice and deepen your understanding of solved problems related to perimeter and area of rectangles where dimensions are whole numbers. First, you will do a practice exercise, and then you will take a short quiz. So let's practice. It says, in the next activity, you will practice your understanding of perimeter and area of rectangles by completing a drawing activity. Remember, perimeter is the distance around the rectangle, and area is the space inside the rectangle. Click for the next slide. Okay, so it says use the rulers provided to draw a rectangle that has a perimeter of 20 units and an area of 24 square units. So you're going to draw here. So if this is going to be your width, right? This would be a width of 1, a width of 2, a width of 3, a width of 4. You don't need to put these numbers, I'm putting them for you. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, right? And it's going to be the same over here. This would be 1. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? So knowing that that's the case, let's look at the problem again. It says, use the rulers provided to draw a rectangle that has a perimeter of 20 units and an area of 24 square units. So remember that in order to find area, in order to get area, we multiply, right? We multiply the length times width to equal area, right? Okay, so if length times width equals area, we want our area to be 24. So we need to think about what are all the ways that we could multiply two numbers together to equal 24. So for example, of course, we always have 1 times 24, right? But that doesn't seem like it would be the right answer. We've got 2 times 12. Right? We also have 3 times 8 equals 24. And you have 4 times 6 equals 24, right? So any of these could be rectangles that have an area of 24, but we need to figure out which one of these would have a perimeter of 20. So I would check each one. So if I check this one, I would think, well, 1 plus 1 is 2, and then 24 plus 24 is 48, and 48 plus 2 is 50. That is not a perimeter of 20, right? Which is what we're supposed to have. So I am crossing this one off. You should do that for the rest of them. You're going to figure out what would the perimeter of this rectangle be? What would the perimeter of 3 times 8 be? What would the perimeter of the rectangle that had 4 times 6 be? And then you're going to choose the one that has 20 as the perimeter. And then you're going to draw it here on the ruler showing the rectangle that has that dimension. Okay? So for example, if I were to do the 3 times 8, I would draw 3 here and then up 8, right? I'm not saying that's the correct answer, but if that would be how you would draw it. So I'm taking that off. If you make a mistake, you can push this little back arrow and it will take off the last thing that you drew, okay? All right, so you're gonna choose which one of these rectangles is correct and you're going to draw it on your slide, okay? And remember, the one that I picked is not necessarily the right answer, or the one that I drew. I was just showing you how to draw it, okay? Then you're gonna put submit, and then you're gonna go to the next slide. Make sure you submit or we're not going to be able to see your answer. All right, show what you know. Now you're gonna take a little quiz. And you're gonna see that there is a question up here at the top. You're gonna read the question and then you are going to choose the answer you think is correct. You're gonna put next until you've answered all 3 of the questions. And then you're going to submit. I'm submitting without any answers, so of course I'm gonna get a big fat 0. You're not gonna do that. It'll give you your score, and then you're gonna take a poll. How confident do you feel? You're either gonna put you're very confident, somewhat confident, or not at all confident. And how confident do you feel in your ability to solve problems related to perimeter and area of rectangles? Make sure you submit your response before you go to the next slide. And then it's gonna say, thank you, okay? All right, so make sure that you submit on the slides and we will see your results right in our Nearpod accounts, and we will see you later.